Hey there, Derek here from Pacific Coast Auto in Japan. We're looking here at a BMW M3 E36, and this one here is the early model with the 3-liter engine. Puts out 286 horsepower, 5-speed manual transmission, and that's the 3-liter engine. Now this one was bought from a personal buyer here in Japan, which is really something we don't do very often, but obviously it is an option for you if you want. Here you can see the engine with the lovely individual throttle bodies, kind of a trademark of the BMW M cars of this generation, or pretty much all generations, I think. Maybe the newer ones, not so much. Has an aftermarket struts tower brace, aftermarket top mounts for the suspension, aftermarket suspension on it, and relatively clean car considering it has 170,000 kilometers on it. This engine is just super nice. Okay, the coolant's going to need to be changed and the oil is going to need to be changed, but don't really see any problems with anything. The AC is on. Just going to turn the engine off while we take a look at the rest of the car. So the car's been used on the track. It's pretty obvious. The tires still have track wear on them, and there's a performance seat belt in the back seat. Okay, the E36, I think you really have to try these cars out before you pass judgment on them. I was of the opinion that the E36 was kind of like a, the E30s were so special. I've always really liked the E46s, and then the E36 never really did it for me until I actually spent some time with one of them. And of the, for the time that they came out, they seem very advanced, very well put together, and a chassis that's nice and strong during a time where strong chassis wasn't really a thing. In some ways, it kind of did this 90s thing of kind of being more advanced than the car that comes after it. I feel like the E46, as much as I do love those cars, it kind of took a step down in quality, but not a big step. It wasn't like an S14 to an S15, just a little one. Like the E46, they were caring more about the looks of it than the actual feel of the car. I don't get that feeling with the E36. So I'm going to quickly do a once around of the body here so that you can see from all angles, and then we'll start talking about notes on it. Suspension looks like too low, and then tires are an Advan AD08R, which I do have experience with on a track. Mind you, mine were 6 years old, and not very track-like after 6 years old. Okay, so no auction sheet on this one because it was a personal buy, and so I don't have all the details. But let's have a look here. We got the original Bosch headlights on it, and this is like the US got this car, but they only got a 3-liter M engine instead of an S engine, and so not full horsepower for the US version, nor any individual throttle bodies. Front lip here has been painted, and same with that black trim piece. Oddly, that paint is on the front and rear bumper. They didn't paint the sides, and so you have kind of this dull-ish original look here, and then a shiny look at the front. The shiny look does look good, but to those who know the car, they'll know that's not original. Hood paint is a tiny bit unclear, maybe the beginnings of paint fade, and then this side has had repaint marks. Let me just check this. Yeah. Front fender, door, and rear fender. Fender arches have been rolled in order to fit bigger tires. And there's a weird choice here to run 235s on the front and the rear. So if you take a look at this tire, it looks like it fits onto the rim rather nicely. I don't know the original size of the tires, but I believe that they were something like a 215 in the front and a 235 in the rear. The front ones here have a 235, but as you can see compared to the other one, they're a lot wider of a tire on a rim that's skinnier. And so maybe that was done for the purpose of getting more grip in the front. Maybe the car was being understeery. Got a rock chip here, some scratches. Actually, scratches all along here that you can only really see in the right light. And then the same thing over top of this headlight here. A couple of rock chips and stuff at the front fascia. unavoidable really, especially for a car with 170,000 kilometers on it. Aftermarket mirrors, sadly both of them are kind of scratched up. Okay, got a rather large scratch down here. A big scratch that goes from here to there. There you go, you'll be able to see it there. I don't think it's an original spoiler. And the back bumper has some paint that has come off this black piece here. Exhaust is Super Spirit exhaust. Have a quick look at the underside here. You can't see very much, but what I can see is nice and tidy. Okay, let's have a quick... Oh, look at this. It says Speed Hunters. And it's kind of weird because it doesn't quite line up with the lines on the back here. It's like he bought the Speed Hunters sticker that you're supposed to put on a car, but the curvature of the windshield makes it not mount properly. Open up. Okay, nice and tidy in there. No bad smells, and no accident, damage, repaired. If you look at the back here, no rust or anything in there, which is not something you typically see on these cars, and so no problem. Sunroof, and it works. Going inside the car, a little bit of sagginess in the door card right here, and the seat right here, and a tiny bit in the headliner up there, but really nothing to worry about. I do like these seats very much. They're a gorgeous looking seat, they feel good, and they're a dump seat, which means that you can move them up and down through like a strange hinge. Actually, you can watch it when you pop it forward. You can see how it kind of like rocks like that. I don't know why, but they call those dump seats. Volkswagens have them too. Okay, back seats, no problem. You can see the racing seatbelt there. What is this? Schroth Racing. And it's a multi-point seatbelt. That plugs into the regular seatbelt mounting position. That's interesting. Okay, seat back into place. Gorgeous steering wheel with the Alcantara on there. That's not original. The center section is original, so this is kind of nice to be able to get the... maybe it was wrapped by somebody, but it kind of looks like an aftermarket steering wheel that you could put onto the original steering wheel. Like, just separate the two pieces so you can still use the original airbag. Okay, let's see if we're missing any pixels. I actually didn't check for that. It's pretty common to start killing your pixels in here. 170,090 kilometers at the time shooting it. He's coming. Quick, close the door. No pixels missing down there. Aftermarket stereo. The AC works. This is all nice and clean. The boot has no tears in it. The shift knob has no wear on it. It's a leather shift knob. This has a bit of wear, but it's really not that bad. I'd say it looks like a vehicle that was taken care of properly by somebody, or someone who owned it and then spent the money to fix the things that would inevitably break over time. Mount here for your cell phone. That's kind of cool. The cell phone could sit on here, and then you can use that for your navi. There's also a screen in there. Watch it come out. Ooh. I don't know why it's not. I guess you can press buttons to make it tilt different amounts. Alright, Bluetooth. Great, you need that. I like how it comes down in one swoop instead of coming down, stopping, and then going in. And we'll turn the fan off. Okay, so it looks like the vehicle performs fine while driving it. I had no problems with the clutch or the engine response or anything like that. Seemed to be a pretty nice condition car. And so there we have it. If you have any questions, please let me know. But otherwise, thank you so much for watching and have a nice day.